My interviews for Southampton were online because I was one of the COVID years. It felt really comfortable because they started asking me just general questions about how it's been during COVID before we started the interview, and it was really nice. It felt like they wanted to understand me as a person.
One of my parts of my interview was actually a group task. It was quite nice actually thinking about these are the people who I might be going to medical school with. The thing that defines Southampton is you feel like you can talk to people and whoever, even the staff, your friends, is that community feel, I think that separates it.
The fact that there's lots of projects where staff work really cohesively with students. They will use current student feedback to then shape future students' experience. So it's like a constant cycle of improvement. We do a lot of communication skills training to make sure when we're working in a team, we're working effectively. I think one of the major benefits for me of a small group tutorial is feeling comfortable asking questions and delving deeper into my understandings, because sometimes I leave a lecture theatre and because there's so many people I feel a bit anxious to go up to the lecturer and ask, whereas when it's in a small group of 5 people, I feel a lot more comfortable asking my peers and asking the lecturer. I think one thing that sets Southampton's curriculum apart from other universities is definitely the early patient contact we get. The fact that I think it was one of the first 3 weeks of university, I was in the labour ward and I got to see a C-section. That was one of the most incredible things I've ever seen, and it just made me settle in and think, okay, I do deserve to be here and I'm going to train to be a doctor. It made it all a massive reality for me.
My first clinical placement, I was quite stressful, honestly. I thought there would be doctors shouting at me everywhere, but no, it's not like that at all. They're all very nice, they nurture you,
and even I suppose once you've built up those skills and when you get onto third year placements, I would still say it's as a nurturing environment. So for example, my first placement, everyone was so lovely. All the foundation doctors were more than happy to teach us, and we got really small group teaching because there was only 4 of us at that hospital, and it was one of the best learning experiences. The clinical placements in third year helped me massively for my third year exams. My biggest advice to people wanting to apply to Southampton is just find experiences to work with as many different people as possible, and I think it's your people skills that are the most important things.
Yeah, I agree with that. It's all about people at the end of the day.
My biggest advice to the freshers for medicine this year is definitely just go for everything. Sign up to those societies, do all the extra sports that you want to do, go out and enjoy your social life with your friends. So just do it. You might feel like you have no time, but first year you actually have all the time in the world.
Because my biggest regret was not doing as much as I could have done in my freshers. I wish I did more. I wish I joined more societies.
I think for me, my biggest stress buster is going just to some nearby places like Bournemouth or Portsmouth, having a walk down the beach. It's so lovely. And then being able to drive back through the New Forest, it's so amazing how many beautiful places we have nearby. So whenever I just need to de-stress, I'll just go to one of them.
So in terms of support, definitely my personal academic tutor is my go-to person for support. She went away for me and found out different revision techniques away from me.
I think for me, as long as it's something minor and something to do with the course, just friends on the course is for me the biggest supporters, because you think you're all alone, you think you're the only person that's going to be struggling with something, but then you reach out to your friends and you realise we're all in the same boat, we're all struggling with it. And I think the fact Southampton medical students aren't very competitive within each other is a major factor for this. We're always sharing resources, we're always talking to each other about if anyone needs any help, and I think that bonds us all together.
Yeah, we all support each other at the end of the day, isn't it?
The massive benefit of being part of such a big university is just being able to have friends and relationships outside of medicine.
Exactly, agree about that being about part of a big university. Is that you're in halls with non-medics, which is nice. I don't think I could have lived in the halls with just medics. I think it would have just been too full on. The work shock is there, it is definitely there, it happens. But Southampton give you that time to adjust to it, and I think they appreciate it is a bit of a shock. So they do start you off easy and it does build up. The lectures do build up as you go throughout year 1.
So I think one thing that really sets Southampton graduates apart is definitely just how well-rounded we are. We've shown that we know the academic knowledge and we've got that academic side and we're competent in that way. So that's a very small part of it. You've got to be a people's person, you've got to be able to work effectively in a team and work effectively with your patient. That's one thing Southampton really focuses on, and I think that will be reflected when we graduate.